If you are a transgender woman who wants to transition from male to female without hormones, you may have many questions and concerns. You may wonder how to achieve a more feminine appearance, voice, and behavior without taking estrogen or undergoing surgery. You may also face challenges such as social stigma, legal issues, and health risks. In this video, we will provide you with a complete guide on how to transition from male to female without hormones. We will cover the following topics. What does it mean to transition without hormones? What are the benefits and drawbacks of transitioning without hormones? How to present more feminine without hormones? How to change your name and pronouns? How to access public facilities that match your gender identity? How to deal with potential health problems and risks? How to find support and resources for your transition? We hope that this video will help you make informed decisions about your transition and empower you to live your authentic life. What does it mean to transition without hormones? Transitioning is a process of aligning your outward appearance and expression with your inner sense of gender identity. Transitioning can involve medical, legal, and social aspects, depending on your personal needs and goals. Some transgender women choose to transition medically by taking hormones or undergoing surgery. These procedures can help them develop feminine physical characteristics, such as breasts, hips, facial features, and genitalia. However, not every transgender woman wants or needs to transition medically. Some may have medical conditions that prevent them from taking hormones or undergoing surgery. Some may prefer a more natural or non-invasive approach. Some may not feel comfortable with the potential side effects or complications of medical interventions. And some may simply be happy with their body as it is. Transitioning without hormones means that you do not take estrogen or other medications that affect your hormone levels. You also do not undergo any surgical procedures that alter your sex characteristics. Instead, you rely on non-medical methods to express your femininity, such as changing your hairstyle, makeup, clothing, accessories, voice, and mannerisms. Transitioning without hormones is a valid and legitimate option for transgender women. It does not make you any less of a woman or any less trans than those who transition medically. Your gender identity is not determined by your hormones or your anatomy, but by your inner sense of who you are. What are the benefits and drawbacks of transitioning without hormones? Transitioning without hormones has its advantages and disadvantages. Here are some of the benefits and drawbacks that you may want to consider before making your decision. Benefits. You avoid the potential health risks and side effects of taking hormones or undergoing surgery. These may include blood clots, liver damage, breast cancer, osteoporosis, infertility, infection, scarring, nerve damage, and loss of sensation. You save money and time that you would otherwise spend on medical appointments, prescriptions, tests, and procedures. You have more control over your appearance and expression. You can choose how feminine or masculine you want to look and feel at any given time or situation. You preserve your natural fertility and sexual function. You can still produce sperm and ejaculate if you wish to have biological children in the future. You may experience less social stigma and discrimination than those who transition medically. Some people may be more accepting or tolerant of transgender women who do not alter their bodies. Drawbacks. You may not achieve the level of feminization that you desire or expect. You may still have masculine features that make you feel dysphoric or insecure about your appearance. You may face more challenges in passing as a woman in public. You may encounter more harassment, violence, or rejection from people who do not respect your gender identity. You may have difficulty accessing public facilities that match your gender identity, such as bathrooms, locker rooms, shelters, or prisons. You may face legal barriers or discrimination when trying to change your name or gender marker on official documents. You may have less access to healthcare services that cater to your specific needs as a transgender woman. You may have trouble finding doctors who are knowledgeable and supportive of your transition. You may feel isolated or misunderstood by other transgender women who transition medically. You may face criticism or judgment from those who think that transitioning without hormones is not valid or enough. How to present more feminine without hormones? One of the most common questions that transgender women who transition without hormones ask is how to present more feminine without hormones. There is no one right answer to this question, as femininity is a subjective and personal concept that varies from person to person. However, there are some general tips and suggestions that you may find helpful in enhancing your feminine appearance and expression. Hair. Your hair can make a big difference in how feminine you look and feel. Here are some ways to style your hair in a more feminine way. Grow out your hair if you prefer long hair. Long hair can help soften your facial features and create a more feminine silhouette. You can also experiment with different hairstyles, such as braids, buns, ponytails, or curls. Cut your hair if you prefer short hair. Short hair can also be feminine and stylish, as long as you choose a flattering cut that suits your face shape and personality. You can also add some texture, volume, or color to your hair to make it more interesting and fun. Use hair accessories to accessorize your hair. You can use clips, pins, bands, ribbons, flowers, or hats to add some flair and femininity to your hair. You can also match your hair accessories with your outfit or mood. Use hair products to improve your hair quality and appearance. You can use shampoo, conditioner, serum, spray, gel, or wax to cleanse, moisturize, protect, and style your hair. You can also use a hair dryer, a curling iron, or a straightener to create different looks and effects. Makeup. Makeup can help you enhance your feminine features, such as your eyes, lips, and cheekbones. Here are some ways to apply makeup in a more feminine way. Use foundation to even out your skin tone and cover up any blemishes or imperfections. You can use liquid, cream, powder, or stick foundation depending on your skin type and preference. You can also use concealer to hide any dark circles, scars, or spots. Use blush to add some color and glow to your cheeks. You can use powder, cream, or liquid blush depending on your skin type and preference. You can also use bronzer to contour your face and create some definition and depth. Use eyeshadow to accentuate your eyes and make them pop. You can use powder, cream, or liquid eyeshadow depending on your skin type and preference. You can also use eyeliner to define your eyes and make them look bigger and brighter. Use mascara to lengthen and thicken your eyelashes and make them look more dramatic and feminine. You can use black, brown, or colored mascara depending on your eye color and preference. You can also use false eyelashes to add some extra volume and glamour to your eyes. Use lipstick or lip gloss to change the color and shape of your lips and make them look more plump and juicy. You can use matte, glossy, or shimmery lipstick or lip gloss depending on your skin tone and preference. You can also use lip liner to outline your lips and make them look more defined and full. Wardrobe. Your wardrobe can help you express your femininity through clothing and accessories. Here are some ways to dress in a more feminine way. Choose clothes that fit you well and flatter your body shape. You can use clothes that accentuate your curves, such as dresses, skirts, tops, or pants that hug your waist, hips, or bust. You can also use clothes that balance out your proportions, such as jackets, cardigans, or scarves that add some volume to your upper body. Choose colors that suit you well and reflect your personality. You can use colors that complement your skin tone, hair color, and eye color. You can also use colors that match your mood or occasion. For example, you can use pastels for a soft and sweet look, brights for a bold and cheerful look, or neutrals for a classic and elegant look. Choose fabrics that feel comfortable and luxurious on your skin. You can use fabrics that are soft, smooth, or silky, such as cotton, linen, satin, or velvet. You can also use fabrics that are sheer, lacy, or frilly, such as chiffon, tulle, or organza. Choose accessories that add some sparkle and charm to your outfit. You can use accessories that are shiny, glittery, or metallic, such as earrings, necklaces, bracelets, or rings. You can also use accessories that are cute, floral, or whimsical, such as brooches, hair clips, or pins. Prosthetics. Prosthetics are artificial devices that replace or enhance a missing or deficient part of the body. Some transgender women who transition without hormones may choose to use prosthetics to create a more feminine appearance. Here are some types of prosthetics that you may consider using. Breast forms are silicone or foam inserts that mimic the shape and feel of natural breasts. They can be worn inside a bra or attached directly to the chest with adhesive tape or glue. They come in different sizes, shapes, and colors to suit different preferences and needs. Hip pads are foam or silicone pads that add some width and roundness to the hips. They can be worn under clothing or attached directly to the body with adhesive tape or glue. They come in different sizes, shapes, and colors to suit different preferences and needs. Vaginal prosthetics are silicone devices that create the appearance of a vagina between the legs. They can be worn under clothing or attached directly to the body with adhesive tape or glue. They come in different sizes, shapes, and colors to suit different preferences and needs. They may also have features such as urination, lubrication, or stimulation. Voice. Your voice can help you express your femininity through sound and speech. Here are some ways to modify your voice in a more feminine way. Raise your pitch to a higher range that is comfortable and natural for you. You can use a tuner, a recorder, or an app to measure your pitch and practice raising it gradually. The average pitch for cisgender women is around 200 Hz, while the average pitch for cisgender men is around 120 Hz. Soften your resonance to reduce the vibration and depth of your voice. You can use a mirror, a recorder, or an app to observe your resonance and practice shifting it forward to your mouth and nose. The resonance for cisgender women is usually more forward and bright, while the resonance for cisgender men is usually more backward and dark. Vary your intonation to add some melody and emotion to your voice. You can use a recorder or an app to listen to your intonation and practice changing it up and down according to the meaning and mood of your speech. The intonation for cisgender women is usually more varied and expressive, while the intonation for cisgender men is usually more flat and monotone. Adjust your articulation to make your speech more clear and crisp. You can use a recorder or an app to listen to your articulation and practice pronouncing each sound more distinctly and accurately. The articulation for cisgender women is usually more precise and sharp, while the articulation for cisgender men is usually more slurred and sloppy. Change your vocabulary to make your speech more feminine and polite. You can use a dictionary or an app to learn new words and phrases that are more commonly used by cisgender women. You can also use more compliments, apologies, questions, and hedges in your speech to make it more friendly and respectful. Behavior. Your behavior can help you express your femininity through actions and gestures. Here are some ways to behave in a more feminine way. Adopt a feminine posture that makes you look more confident and graceful. You can use a mirror or a camera to observe your posture and practice standing or sitting straight with your shoulders back, your chest out, your stomach in, and your chin up. You can also cross your legs or ankles when sitting or place one hand on your hip when standing. Use feminine gestures that make you look more animated and charming. You can use a mirror or a camera to observe your gestures and practice moving your hands, arms, head, and face in sync with your speech. You can also use gestures such as touching your hair, tilting your head, smiling, nodding, or winking to convey interest or flirtation. Walk in a feminine manner that makes you look more elegant and attractive. You can use a mirror or a camera to observe your walk and practice taking small steps with your feet close together and pointing forward. You can also sway your hips slightly from side to side and swing your arms gently in rhythm with your steps. Dance in a feminine way that makes you look more fun and sexy. You can use a video or an app to learn some basic dance moves that are suitable for different types of music and occasions. You can also move your hips, chest, shoulders, arms, and head in sync with the beat and express yourself freely. How to change your name and pronouns. Another important aspect of transitioning from male to female without hormones is changing your name and pronouns. Your name and pronouns are part of your identity and how you present yourself to the world. Changing them can help you feel more comfortable and authentic in expressing who you are. Here are some steps that you may want to follow when changing your name and pronouns. Choose a new name that reflects your gender identity and personality. You can use a name that you like, that has a special meaning, or that honors someone you admire. You can also use a name that is similar to your birth name, but with a feminine twist. For example, if your birth name is Michael, you could choose Michelle, Michaela, or Mia as your new name. Inform your family, friends, coworkers, and other people in your life about your new name and pronouns. You can do this in person, by phone, by email, or by social media. You can also write a letter or a card to explain your decision and request their support and respect. You may want to prepare yourself for different reactions, such as acceptance, rejection, confusion, or curiosity. You may also want to be patient and understanding with those who may need some time to adjust to your new name and pronouns. Update your official documents and records with your new name and gender marker. You may need to obtain a court order, a medical letter, or other documents to prove your identity and gender change. You may also need to pay some fees or follow some procedures to change your name and gender marker on your birth certificate, passport, driver's license, social security card, bank account, credit card, insurance policy, school transcript, work contract, and other documents and records. The laws and regulations for changing your name and gender marker may vary depending on your country, state, or city. You may want to consult a lawyer or an advocate to help you with this process. How to access public facilities that match your gender identity. One of the challenges that transgender women who transition without hormones may face is accessing public facilities that match their gender identity, such as bathrooms, locker rooms, shelters, or prisons. These facilities are often segregated by sex and may not accommodate the needs and preferences of transgender people. Here are some tips and strategies that you may want to use when accessing public facilities that match your gender identity. Plan ahead and research the facilities that you intend to use. You can use online maps, reviews, or apps to find out the location, availability, and accessibility of the facilities that you need. You can also contact the facility staff or management to ask about their policies and practices regarding transgender people. Choose the facility that you feel most comfortable and safe using. You can use the facility that matches your gender identity, your gender expression, or your legal status. You can also use a gender-neutral or unisex facility if it is available and convenient for you. Be confident and respectful when using the facility. You can use the facility as any other person would, without drawing attention or making a scene. You can also be polite and courteous to other people who use the facility, regardless of their gender or attitude. Avoid conflict and confrontation when using the facility. You can ignore or walk away from any negative comments, stares, or gestures that you may encounter. You can also report any harassment, violence, or discrimination that you may experience to the facility staff or authorities. How to deal with potential health problems and risks. Transitioning from male to female without hormones may also pose some health problems and risks that you should be aware of and prepared for. Some of these health problems and risks may include increased risk of prostate cancer. Your prostate gland is responsible for producing fluid that nourishes and transports sperm. Without hormones, your prostate gland may enlarge and become more prone to inflammation and infection. This may increase your risk of developing prostate cancer, which is one of the most common cancers among men. To prevent or detect prostate cancer, you should have regular checkups with your doctor and undergo screening tests such as a digital rectal exam, DRE, or a prostate-specific antigen, PSA, test. Decreased bone density and increased risk of osteoporosis. Your bones are made of living tissue that constantly breaks down and rebuilds itself. Without hormones, your bones may lose more tissue than they gain, resulting in lower bone density and weaker bones. This may increase your risk of developing osteoporosis, which is a condition that causes your bones to become brittle and prone to fractures. To prevent or treat osteoporosis, you should have regular bone density tests with your doctor and take supplements such as calcium and vitamin D. You should also exercise regularly and eat a balanced diet rich in calcium and protein. Decreased muscle mass and strength. Your muscles are made of fibers that contract and relax to produce movement. Without hormones, your muscles may lose some of their fibers and become smaller and weaker. This may affect your physical performance and appearance. To maintain or improve your muscle mass and strength, you should exercise regularly and do some resistance training such as lifting weights or using bands. You should also eat a balanced diet rich in protein and carbohydrates. Decreased libido and sexual function. Your libido is your desire for sexual activity. Your sexual function is your ability to achieve and maintain an erection, ejaculate, and orgasm. Without hormones, your libido and sexual function may decrease or change over time. This may affect your sexual satisfaction and relationship with your partner. To enhance or restore your libido and sexual function, you should communicate openly with your partner about your needs and preferences. You should also explore different ways of expressing intimacy and pleasure such as kissing, cuddling, touching, or using toys. How to find support and resources for your transition. Transitioning from male to female without hormones can be a challenging and rewarding journey that requires courage, patience, and perseverance. Along the way, you may encounter some difficulties, doubts, or fears that may affect your mental health and well-being. You do not have to go through this journey alone. There are many sources of support and resources that can help you cope with the challenges of transitioning without hormones. Some of these sources of support and resources are: support groups are groups of people who share similar experiences and challenges of transitioning without hormones. They can provide you with emotional support, practical advice, and social connection. You can join online or offline support groups that are specific to your location, age, or interest. For example, you can join the Transgender Without Hormones Facebook group, the Non-HRT Transgender Reddit community, or the Transgender Without Hormones Discord server. Therapists are professionals who can help you cope with the psychological and emotional aspects of transitioning without hormones. They can offer you a safe and confidential space to explore your feelings, thoughts, and behaviors. They can also help you develop coping skills, self-esteem, and resilience. You can find a therapist who is qualified and experienced in working with transgender people. For example, You can use the ePsychology Today directory, the eWorld Professional Association for Transgender Health e-database, or the Transgender Therapy Project platform. Advocates are people who can help you fight for your rights and interests as a transgender person. They can provide you with legal assistance, policy guidance, and public education. They can also help you access resources and services that are relevant and beneficial to your transition. You can find an advocate who is knowledgeable and supportive of transgender issues. For example, you can contact the Transgender Law Center, the National Center for Transgender Equality, or the Transgender Legal Defense and Education Fund. Allies are people who are not transgender themselves but who support and respect transgender people. They can be your family members, friends, coworkers, or acquaintances. They can provide you with love, acceptance, and encouragement. They can also help you raise awareness and challenge discrimination against transgender people. You can find allies who are open-minded and compassionate towards transgender people. For example, you can join the PFLAG, the GLAD, or the Human Rights Campaign. We hope that this video has given you some useful information and tips on how to transition from male to female without hormones. We also hope that you have found some support and resources that can help you along your journey. Remember that transitioning without hormones is a valid and legitimate option for transgender women. You are not alone in this journey. You are beautiful and brave as you are.
We hope you found the information helpful. We know that being transgender can be a difficult journey, and we want to do our part to make it a little bit easier. If you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing to our channel. It would mean the world to us. You can also support our work by joining our membership. This will help us continue to create content that is helpful and supportive for the community. Thank you again for watching, and we hope to see you next time.